Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Arweave update. We want to take a deep dive into the Arweave price set because as you can see, we are anticipating something really amazing to happen in a very short space of time here on the Arweave price set. But obviously, we want to base our arguments with, a big data, right? We want to make a best educated guess here because the most important thing, obviously, is to make money in this market right here. So before I get into the content, I just want to kindly ask you to help me spread this video by delicately tapping the like button. It really helps the YouTube algorithm. People looking for Arweave updates will now be able to find this video much more easily. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel just yet, I would encourage you to do so really because I do TA on Arweave and a number of altcoins on a regular basis. And without me running my mouth too much, let's actually get back into the price. So you can see here on the screen, we have got our Wyckoff accumulation, one of the best patterns that you can ever see across markets. And the most important thing about this Wyckoff accumulation is usually the time which you spend accumulating here. As the name suggests, it's accumulation, right? So after this here, you expect a huge pop to the upside. So we have been here for more than a year and a half actually. And I'm going to show you obviously, the history of this Wyckoff accumulation pattern, at least in the crypto space, and how it has actually turned out to be. We will build an argument from there and then come up with a nice conclusion as I already pointed. So yeah, this is something that we have at the moment. We have completed all the stages. If you want to take a peek at the Wyckoff accumulation, or you can actually call it, the anatomy for trading wedge, and you can see the same structures that I was drawing right here, creek, where, price is just moving slowly but surely to the downside, and then eventually you have your spring, which is like a final shake off, and then you try to get back into your trading range before you have this, what we call last point of support, right? So this is what I was trying to illustrate here with these arrows right here that we have. So this is where we are at the moment with the Arweave price set. We are looking to back test. You can see a zone of support right here beginning at something like even $6.36 thereabout, down to something like $5.50. One thing that I want to point out right here is sometimes right here you can see this last point of support getting even out of the trading range. Now this is to check out like most retail traders, right? Because once you get below this, people will be, oh yeah, this is gonna be resistance one more time, but then again you see the price shooting even to the upside. So be prepared for a situation like this here, and then you see price shooting back into the trading range one more time, right? On the other hand, we also have another pattern. If you don't want to go the way of the Wyckoff accumulation pattern here, you can easily see that we are looking at a falling wedge, which is much more easier to understand for most people. And falling wedges are one of the most successful patterns in trading, really, because they've got a 66% success rate to go and reach the price target, of which the price target is usually like at the top of the wedge. So we'll be looking at something like $42 thereabout, right? Now, obviously, it may not make much sense at this point because we are sitting at $7.5. But we were talking about these things when we were like below like something like $4, $43.50 thereabout. We were talking about Arweave. Obviously, I mean, not many people watch the videos. That's why I was saying help me spread the videos by delicately tapping the like button. So here the thing is like maybe we can have a back test of this, but I don't see much of a support level down here that the price will be comfortable to come back and back test. I really don't expect it, but I expect this support line right here starting at something like $6.40 as I have mentioned already, but this one is even much slimmer to $6 thereabout before we have a bounce and a continuation to the upside here. Maybe it's just like this, right? Respecting obviously those last points of support that we're looking at in the Wyckoff accumulation pattern. But I've already mentioned the price I get $42 thereabout. It's a good thing. I'm already involved in a trade myself, but the good thing is I got in a little bit earlier than where the price is today. So maybe if I want to be buying Arweave right now, I'll probably be waiting for a back test of this here and then continue to the upside. But going back to the Wyckoff accumulation pattern right here, it also carries, much significance in this price set right here, because if you want to go back and take a look at what has happened in the past already, we can see that we have had something like this right here with Cardano. This is another Wyckoff accumulation pattern, turned out to be really great. We also had another Wyckoff accumulation here, even with Sia coin, turned out to be something that was really great. Had the same thing here with Dogecoin, even as you can see, like this thing is really amazing. It brings results, to be honest. And then we also have the same thing with Ethereum Wyckoff accumulation. You go higher here. We also have got Tron, for example, another Wyckoff accumulation. You go higher, although this one may actually not have been the best of all these Wyckoff accumulation patterns. We are going to do something that is really simple here. We're going to apply our fib retracement 2 from the very top of all these Wyckoff accumulations and see how high they actually went, right, according to the fib retracement 2s. So according to the fib retracement 2, Tron here was one of the worst performers with a 0.618 fib retracement level. And here, if you want to take a look at Ethereum, I already know this one because I've taken a look at it. time and again. That's something like the 3.618 Fibonacci retracement level. We want to take a look at Dogecoin here from the very top to the very bottom right here. This thing exceeded all limits. It even went as high as, this level, exceeding the 4.236 Fibonacci retracement level thereabout. So that's something that is actually good for Dogecoin thereabout. And then if we want to take a look at Sia coin, manages something like a 0.786 Fibonacci retracement level. Now, what does this imply? Cardano had something like here. Let's quickly check that out. That's something like a 2.618 Fibonacci retracement level, basically. So if we would come back to our, Arweave price at right here, apply the same thing here, basically applying our Fibonacci retracement 2 from the very bottom to the very top here. We can actually draw a worst case scenario and a best case scenario here, in which we'll be saying that our 6.618 Fibonacci retracement level is the worst case scenario, which Tron did. That's something like $57, $58 thereabout for within the worst case scenario. Remember that the best case scenario obviously was something like 4.236 Fibonacci retracement level. That's something like $372 for Arweave right here. Now you can play around with this thing and you can actually come up with different prices. But for now, let's just work with $372 right here per Arweave in the next bull market. And, the reason why that is actually going to happen is simply because we already have, clear 5 waves to the upside right here. According to elite wave theory, you are looking at 5 waves here to complete one cycle. But then again, what follows is an ABC correction. And in as much as this thing may be looking complicated, we have already determined it's a Wyckoff accumulation pattern, but it's an easy ABC correction here. Now, the next thing that you are expecting, obviously, is another 5 waves to the upside. So you'll be looking at something like this right here, 2, 3, 4, 5, going away. We're saying that, we can actually be looking at something like $372 per Arweave token right here to, for the next bull market. So that's pretty much it for me. We have already determined our worst case scenario and our best case scenario for the next move to the upside here. But obviously, none of what I say is financial advice, and you should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say, all right? But if you like the content, don't forget to delicately tap the like button, share the video with your friends and family, and then I'll hope to see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.